Today we are going to take a look at Python debugger. I'm having a program here. It is just having a entry point, name is main, then it's printing line 1, line 2, x is 10, y is 3. Then this is a little different syntax. This has been introduced in Python 3.8. So if you want to print a variable x equals to something like this, right? So ideally what we used to do, if you want to print a variable, we'll say x equals to, and you will put it like this, right? And it will print on console x equals to and the value of x, given that it is an f string. But in Python 3.8 onwards, you just put equal to in front of the variable and it will do the same thing as this print statement. Okay, so I'm just using a little new syntax. I'll comment it out for people to compare. Then I'm calling a multiply function. Then I'm having a print line after function call. Then I'm printing the answer that I'm getting from multiply. It's okay, so let me run this program now. Here I was expecting 10 into 3. Okay, I was expecting 30. It's a multiplication function, but I get 10, 10, 10. It's a bug. Now I need to troubleshoot and figure out what's going wrong. Okay, so first thing is that I'll put a breakpoint into my program to start tracing things from here. So I'll put a breakpoint here. I'll save it, and now I'll run my program. So I'll say Python 3 debug example. The place when I have identified the breakpoint, immediately line after that it is waiting. So if I want to print line, I'll just say L. It's going to print, it's going to show me program counter where it is waiting, the next statement that it's going to execute. If I print L again, so it is going to give me next 11 lines or so. So if I view L again, it's going to give me the next line and I don't have any more lines, so I see end of file. If I want to set whatever the L command is printing to the beginning of the file, I'll say L dot. Okay, so it's go back to its initial place where it was earlier. And I want to print a lot of code, then LL. So LL is going to give me everything. I'm here and I want to go to next line. So I'll press N to go to next line. The moment I go to next line, this line got executed. So it has to print line 1. So you will see the line 1 output here. Okay. Now you're in which module, on which line, you will get that detail here. So you're on line 9 now. I'll just do a L. You will see that your program counter is on line 9. Okay. So N to execute next statement. So I'll just put N here. It's going to execute next statement. This statement got executed. I see output. Now I have a x equals to 10. This statement will execute. I want to execute N command again, which we have executed just now. So if you want to execute the same command which you have executed previously, just press enter. And here, as the program is executing, right, I can print the variable name. So if I want to print x, I can say px, or I can just do x even. In that case also it prints. But if you're having a dictionary or any other sort of object that you want to pretty print, then you do a pp and then you put a x. So here you will not see much difference because it is just string value it is printing. But if you're having a dictionary object, in that case you will have the object pretty printed. Moving on. So I have set the value of x, I've set the value of y. Next with n. Now it's printing x and y. Okay, so I just press enter because I just want to go to the next line. So I just press enter. Enter will execute the same command which got executed previously. So I see value of x, I see value of y. At this particular line, right, answer equals to multiply x comma y. There is a function call. If you see, if I go back to my code over here, answer equals to multiply and it's going to pass x and y. Right now, I don't want to go into the function and see how the function code is executing. I just want this line to execute and I want to go to next line, right? If I want to do that, I'll just put n and I press enter. So you see it went to next line after function call. Given that I pressed n, it did not go to the function and it did not go to the lines inside function. Immediately we went to the next line. And if you want to see what's the output of answer, what's the value returned by the function, I'll see answer over here. Oh, this is the problem, right? Because I was expecting it to give me 10 into 3, which is 30, and it's giving me 101010. Okay, so this is the problem that I need to troubleshoot. Fine. And I want to continue execution till the next breakpoint is reached. I just press C. Given that I don't have any more breakpoint in my program, the program will continue execution till the last line. So I just put a C over here. Done. Program terminated. Here, when we reach this multiply function, we just said n. That's why it did not go inside the function. It did not step into the function. If you want to step into the function and you want to see what is the function code and how that executes, then in that case, instead of n, you have to do s, which we'll do in the next iteration because that's where the answer is coming wrong. So now let's start debugging again. And this time we will step into multiply function. Okay, so I just want to go to next line, n, 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 n. Okay, I'm just printing those values. And now here, instead of n, I want to step into multiply functions. So step into multiply function, I have to put s to step into. Now you will see that it will not go to line 16. Instead, it will go inside the function over here. So let me do a step into s. Now you see it is a function call. It went to multiply function, and you see over here call. So this tells you that it is a function call, and which is the function? Multiply function. Okay. Now I'll do n. So I'll go to the first line inside the function. I can do L over here to print where I am. So I'm here, my program counter is here. It's going to do this multiplication. If I want to see what all arguments that have been passed to the function, I can do A. And A will tell you what all arguments pass. You see X is coming as a string 10, Y is coming as an integer 3. That's why the multiplication is giving us 10, 10, 10. I'm inside the function. I want to go to the next line, which is return result. So I'll go to N. I can print the value of result over here. So I can see what is the result. So it's 10, 10, 10. Let me do a next over here. And see, now I'm at return, right? So once I reach return, then I do a underscore underscore return. This will tell you what the function is going to return, because now is the time that the function has executed the return statement, and it's going to return the call back to the place from where it has been called, and the value will be assigned to answer. So now I do a n. So I'm on the next line now, and I do C to continue. So different thing that we learn in this particular exercise is using S to step into a function, using A to print all the arguments that has been passed to the function, the values of those arguments, and using dunder return to print what is the value that the function is returning after the return statement of the function has been executed. Okay, so now one more thing. Let's say due to some restriction, you are not allowed to modify the code, but still you want to start in debugging mode. So what you can do is Python 3-mpdb, and then you specify the name of the program. Now you see in my code, I don't have any breakpoint, but it started it in debugging mode. I do a L over here. I can see, okay, so now it is executing the module. Okay, now the question might be here that, okay, why it is directly going to multiply function? Why it is not starting over here? Understand how the modules are executed. The moment you say execute a module, it is going to start from the very first line. Right now, it is just going to create the function. It is not going to invoke the function. Then it will evaluate the if condition. So let me do a n over here. Let's see. Now see, it has defined the function and immediately it went to the if condition. Now I'll do a n over here. It's going to print each line. Then I do a n, press enter, enter, enter. And then if I want to step into the function, now I do a S. I'm inside the function. And let's say if you are inside the function and you don't just want to know what all statements in the function you want to execute, and you want to directly go to the return statement of the function, put R. It's directly going to go to the return statement. You will see over here return. It has reached the return part of it. The return statement has been executed. You can use dunder return to see the value. And I say continue to go to the next breakpoint. If you want to quit the debugger, you can use Q. It will quit the debugger. Now let's say you started your program and then you want to set up a breakpoint. So I've started my program and I want to set a breakpoint on this particular line 14. So what can I do? B and 14. Now if I press C, so where I am right now, take a look. Here you see now my breakpoint it has set. I'm here. Now when I press C, it is going to execute everything all the way up to the first breakpoint is encountered. Let me do a C here. See, it has executed all the lines. Now it has waiting where I have set the breakpoint at line 14. That if you want to get any help, you can do H to get help. If you want a Python REPL, you can write interact over here. It's going to start the Python REPL, and then you can do everything. So let's say import math. It's like normal Python REPL, and then you do Control D. You are back. So when I did Control D, I'm back to my PDB prompt, and then you say Q to quit. That's it. That's what debugger is.